Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Catty Crypto here. So yesterday was a really interesting day, wasn't it, with all of the things unfolding inside TERRA Rebels. But if you haven't gone and watched the video we posted out about that whole situation, about Dowlex and really shutting down all of the FUD circulating that and really nailing it, so to speak. Now if you hadn't noticed, Raider had also retweeted this video out because obviously he agrees with the points that I've expressed, and it's totally unbiased. It's, you know me, I stand for the community, and the forward movement of the movement is everything to me, and keeping you folks in the loop at all times is so important. Now, if you haven't noticed this already, which a lot of people have, and I have no doubt you yourself may have noticed this, TERRA Station itself is being worked on. As to who, it's obviously likely going to be a TFL person who probably deals with this part of the system. Now, how do we know it's being worked on? Well, there's been a lot of things that have changed over time, and getting the transactional volume data running again, and all the metrics actually starting to kind of work properly. Now, staking was removed, and this was more proof that it showed somebody's working on it. Now, staking, sorry folks, swapping had been removed completely. Not staking. Staking's been removed since capitulation. So swapping had been removed and taken down, and it looked like someone was working on it. Obviously, it has gone back up. Now, if you try doing it on the TERRA Station on the desktop, it doesn't seem to go through. I've tried a few times, it doesn't work, but it works fine on that application on your phone, and there's no difference between the two. In fact, the application's a bit more detailed. It provides a lot more information in depth about everything. So what does this mean? It means someone's getting the TERRA Station prepared for things to go back to normal, and swapping's such a huge utility. And this always falls back to this whole situation where people are saying, well, you know, Lunatics token, they're taking liquidity from the blockchain, and that's just not the case, because I don't know anybody who sold their LUNACLASSIC bag to buy Lunatics token. It was always extra revenue spent, as far as I'm aware, and I've done a few polls, and there's not one person that voted to say, yeah, I sold my LUNACLASSIC bag to buy Lunatics token. It's just not stealing liquidity, and all of these coins that are actually on the blockchain still, and some of these are god awful. I've looked into some of them and they're just god awful, but they're there, they're on the network, and it's just going back to this all being worked on. This is what we want to see. This is exactly what we want to see, and we've now got the transactional volume for August 10th come up. So let's check it for Luna. You can see it's gone down slightly, and likely this is just people sending their coins to and from. Now, as to the volume and how it's going to act and behave once staking's re-enabled, there's going to be a lot more things happening on the blockchain itself. In fact, there's barely anything happening on the blockchain itself since the capitulation event, and each validator has their own communities, and they bring their own utility to the blockchain and their own projects. And TERRA Classic now has the opportunity again to once have its own genesis, and it is going to have its own genesis, and when V21 gets installed, it's going to be a game changer. So what we want to see now is the staking situation pretty much figure itself back out as soon as everything's running again, and that's why I believe this is obviously well off key. But I mean, I'm going to be staking at the first second that I can. Who I'm going to stake with, yeah, I don't know, but I will let you know. But if you don't know this already, you probably do, because we say about it all the time, but we do have an upcoming Let It Burn node, and the node itself is 100% non-profit. it will have a treasury, okay, and it will be providing huge burns from that treasury. Now, we also have a let it burn channel, and I've just put out a flyer for the channel. It's a bit late at night, so it's not getting much traction, but that's fine. And it's pretty much just telling you to come over and support our burn initiative, and it's community cost free, it's community led, and just you could become part of a bigger movement. And a lot of people say, how can I help, how can I help, how can I help? And this is such a great way to help. And we burn monthly between the 21st and the 26th of every month now, because we're monetized. So, and it's going really well. Our growth rate that we're at, by January, February next year, we should be around the 10-12k range, and at that point we'll probably be generating around $2,000 a month in revenue if people engage in the channel. And it's not just a channel with mumbo jumbo-ness and content that's not even relevant, or it's just pointless, or there's no effort put into it. I put a lot of effort into this channel, and making sure that it provides a whole extra world of content for you folks. Now, once staking's re-enabled, we're gonna get 60 days later from that the ability to create new validators, and that's when you're going to see our node pop up, and you will be able to come to here and find our node. As to what it's going to be called, we don't know yet. They're discussing this in the steering group at the moment, and I'm sure they'll put a proposal up accordingly. But once again, both channel and node being 100% community run, TFL clearly working on the TERRA station, getting things ready for all of us validators and upcoming validators and current validators and the community using the TERRA station, and getting it ready. And there's no other reason for them to be doing this, because they hadn't paid any attention to it up until, I mean, a week ago when we first saw things starting to happen. So yeah, folks, there's going to be a lot of mumbo jumbo going around about Zardar's apparently left and all sorts of things like that. And what I say to people is always wait for that official kind of news from a trusted source, because you know the trusted sources, they go do the research, they speak to the correct people, and they actually confirm these things. And I confirmed a lot of my stuff with the correct people, so to speak. And it's not even that we're so close now, we're here. Okay, we're here. Validators are updating, things are changing, the rally's happening, and it's all just upwards from here. And a lot of people are saying, well, why aren't we seeing price movement? And that will come, but you need to be patient. Anybody who's been fooled into this whole $1 thing, and it comes from major influencers, because this is what they title most of their videos, $1 soon ? And it puts it in people's head to have these $1, it's for everything. When $1 for SHIB so much, and it just doesn't work like that. Crypto is for the smarter kind of person who understands the process, is committed to the project he believes in, and he follows it, or they follow it because they believe in it, not because they're being forced into it. They have love for the movement, they understand where this is all going and where it could be, and the community is everything, folks. So give yourselves a huge pat on the back, because you're the reason why V21 was created, because there's such a huge community that needed help, and we've managed to get that help. And when I first started doing this, there was literally no one. I didn't meet Vegas until, I don't know, like 2 weeks into actually starting the channels, maybe 3 weeks. No, I think it was 2 weeks, because Mustafa came on the scene first, and then we found Vegas, our Lord and Savior. If you haven't wished Vegas happy birthday, it was his birthday yesterday, so he's probably going to be a little bit hangovery today, because he's more than likely celebrated. I would be celebrating if it was my birthday. So yeah, folks, have a really nice Friday. Don't forget the live stream is today at midday to 3 PM, and we're going to be auctioning off 3 awesome LUNAPunks. You should be able to stake these in the future through TERRA Station. And it's a chance to own one of these for really, really cheap, and support on-chain projects like LUNAPunks, which are committed to the classic chain. And yeah, just stay safe out there. It's not financial advice, and a huge surprise actually coming in the live stream for you folks. So don't miss this one, because you're going to love it. Yeah, big one coming. Catch you in the next one.